Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about cleaning your Lego collection. So in the past I have been using just traditional methods like paper towels, Swiffer dusters, and stuff to try and keep dust off of my Legos. I've seen a lot of videos from a lot of different influencers that have been using this vacuum system. So I went ahead and picked one up. It's right here. It's the little vacuum by Clean My Bricks. Uh, it was 48 bucks, and I wanted to test it and see if the hype was worth it or not. So, what I got in the kit here is the little vacuum thing. It also comes with an extra nozzle, a little brush, and another attachment that I really can't figure out what it's for. It also comes with a USB-C charger, but no charge block, which is kind of disappointing for the 48 bucks. I was hoping they could at least throw one in there. And it's got worthless little instruction manual that neither here nor there. So that's what comes in the box. They say you can get about 35 minutes of runtime once it's fully charged, which isn't all that great. So if you have a big Lego collection, you might have to charge us up a couple times to clean everything. I haven't personally run out of battery yet, but I've only been kind of messing with things here or there. So at first glance with this, I notice it looks pretty much like any other USB vacuum you can get for like your car and stuff on Amazon. They're roughly about 38 to 40 bucks, so this is kind of in line with that. As far as differences, they usually have about the same attachments, and it looks like for this one to even really function properly, you have to use both this and this in tandem. So it looks like the brush is the focal point of this because it can help get into between the brick surfaces to dust those surfaces and help pull that dust away. Turning it on, it just have the power button right here, and it just like that comes apart. Little changeable filter. They do have replacement filters for these online. They are a little pricey. They're like 15 bucks, I think. And they do fill up fairly quickly. So I've only done this a couple of passes, and it's already, since I have pets at home, you can see it's filling up with lots of dirt pretty quickly. In the filter, as far as the cone, there's hardly anything in it, so I think the filters are what is probably the biggest consumable on these. And then it just clicks back into place, and now I have it upside down. So it does go one way, and then it did it again. So you gotta, there we go, back just like that. Other than that, it seems pretty straightforward. So what I want to do with this is I want to test it on a few different things. So I've got this dusty Hot Wheel that has been sitting on a shelf for some time. We're going to see, since this dirt has been on here for a while, how well it picks it up off of this. And I've also got this Speed Champions Corvette, which sits up in my office. And since I do print t-shirts and stuff, I get a lot of lint and stuff that'll build up on these models. So these are technically a lot dirtier than this one usually gets. So we'll try them out on these two and see what we think. Okay, let's roll this into frame. Hopefully you can see how filthy it is. Hopefully the camera picks up. I tried using a darker color vehicles just so you could kind of see the dust build, so you can really see how it's built up on the roof and then some on the hood there. So let's take the gun here. Open up over the roof. Not bad, actually. So came out really clean. I will say this part here is definitely what is the pinnacle of this unit. Just having that soft brush, it gets in between all the cracks and divots, and it cleaned up pretty nicely. So far so good. Now let's take on the Corvette. You can kind of see if I get in here, it's built up there. It's inside the crevices of these bricks here. So we'll go ahead and give some passes over that and see how it comes out here. You can kind of see dust build up right in there. So let's see what it does, and then I'll really hit the splitter area because that'll be really easy to tell. So let's clean this. Pretty quick and easy. It does what it says it's supposed to do. So you can see up in here, clean, clean, and clean. So I mean, I'd say as long as you don't let dust settle on your models for long periods of time, it does exactly what it says it's supposed to. So my conclusion is it does work. It's a little expensive for what it is. And if you regularly change the filters out, you're going to be going through probably about $8-9 per filter, so it can get a little expensive. They do sell them in a 5-pack. It's like $100 or something like that. So it's a little pricey versus just like trying to dust them off with a Swiffer paper towel or something like that. But it does work. It does do what it's supposed to do. I think the saving grace here is this soft tip brush on the end. Without it, I don't think you'd be able to get into the cracks and crevices of the brick structure because it can sit there and just dust in between everything like that and kind of knock that dirt loose. So it's definitely comes down to this. Other than other differences that would make this different from just your generic run-of-the-mill cordless vacuum for like your car or something like that, it sounds to me like there's some kind of restrictor on the motor. Because the suction isn't like so overpowering. Like I've tried to do some dusting on some of the shelf here, and I can actually go up to a minifigure, and I'll show that here in the video just a sec. And then as I'm going along, I can dust the minifigure without knocking it over or sucking it in. I will say if you do have like little loose elements, like small things like wrenches or little bits and ends, it will suck those up. It's really easy to get them out of the container though. It just dumps in, you just unscrew it, grab your piece. So it has to have some kind of restriction because I think most other things would suck up smaller things like minifigures, but it's designed, it must be designed in such a way where, like I said, the motor suction is restricted enough so you can dust around stuff like that, but it will suck in smaller items. And I think that's just because it has to have some kind of power to make it work in the first place. But overall, no complaints. It'll be a handy little thing to add into the toolbox. I might use this in other places. Like I said, I'll use it to dust shelves for like little Hot Wheels cars. Seems to work pretty good for that. May use it on my car too, to dust vents and stuff like that, because it seems like this is where the design came from, was from car interior detailing, so it would make sense to use it there. But overall, can't complain. I think it's priced reasonably well. I know there's another option online where it's like they try and sell you a bundle. I think it's like $100 and some, and it comes with some detailing brushes and stuff like that. That I probably wouldn't be as interested in. I would probably just use the standard generic $48 unit and call it a day, because you can get detailing brushes at like Harbor Freight and stuff like that. But for what it is, I do think it's a worthwhile purchase. So if you're interested, I'm going to go ahead and put a link down to it in the description if you want to check it out for yourself. And as far as other things go, I do have a couple more projects in the works. I'm ordering some bricks, so we'll have some more content coming up soon. So stay tuned for that. Until that, we'll just see you in the next video. Thanks.